in northeastern Italy with coastlines on the Adriatic Sea, Emilia-Romagna and Le Marche. We're heading for the coastal resort of Bellaria, just north of Rimini. From this central base we hope to show you some of the magnificent historical architecture and interests from this beautiful part of Italy. Bellaria translates as good or beautiful air. The Miramare, our base for the next few days, and we're soon to realise that this is to become one of our favourite hotels. A short stroll from our hotel, the Old Town. Very pleasant tree-lined streets, cafes, shops, places to relax with a coffee and watch and enjoy the Italian way of life. San Leo, perched high on a rocky plateau of the Marechia Valley. The main square, Piazza Dante, leads us into this small picturesque village in the Montefeltro region of Emilia-Romagna. The impressive Romanesque parish church stands at the end of the square. Opposite to the church, the 12th century cathedral, dedicated to San Leone, who came to this part of Italy in the 7th century. The bell tower stands isolated, built on a rocky outcrop of the Guard Mountain. The origins of the fortress date back to the 6th century, and it was heavily contested in the 14th and 15th centuries, and finally taken by Federico of Montefeltro in 1441. The Republic is built around 3 hills, and on each hill a tower was constructed. These towers have become part of the emblem and the flag of San Marino. San Marino, the 3rd smallest country in Europe, was founded in 300 AD by stonemason San Marinus, who fled from persecution in Dalmatia. Basilica San Marino is built on foundations of the original church of 530 AD. We're heading next to the coast and Fano. Greeting us at the Augustus Gate is Caesar Augustus. Narrow streets lead to the main piazza. Today, the square is host to a market, something that has become part of the Italian way of life. These ladies are enjoying some rummaging over a few bargains. No doubt encouraged by the stall holders. Before we leave Fano, we visit the Basilica. This site dates back to the 10th century. What we see here today was constructed mid-12th century. The interior has 3 naves, vaulted ceilings and massive pillars. The impressive ducal palace of Federico Montefeltro, built during the middle of the 15th century. In the piazza, 2 plaques remember Giuseppe Garibaldi and Giuseppe Mazzini, 2 key figures in the unification of Italy. The magnificent Cathedral of Urbino. This is the Church of San Francesco. The facade gives little idea of what you're about to see on the inside of this beautiful church. Now that is a wondrous ceiling. Our final view of the Valbona Gate and the Ducal Palace before we leave Urbino. Gradara is a medieval village located along the border of Le Marche and Emilia-Romagna. It was ruled over by the Malatesta families for nearly 200 years. The steeply sloped cobbled main street is nowadays lined with gift shops, cafes, bars and restaurants. The castle dates back to the period between the 11th and the 15th centuries and was often fought over by the Malatestas and the Montefeltros. Pesaro, an Adriatic beach resort. A short walk or a pedal away from the beach, Pesaro, the old town. This is the old square. Piazza del Popolo, and beyond the fountain, the Ducal Palace. The composer Rossini was born here in Pesaro. There's Rossini in a niche on the post office building. You know, he's been told times about climbing up there. The Cathedral of Santa Maria doesn't really look much on the outside, but let's take a look inside.